the map of the world in a different aspect that you see it before. As you can know, if you watch my videos, I keep my Google Earth map pretty much clean, nothing on that. You can see it, no borders, no names, just pretty much that's geography right here. When you don't have nothing, no names, no nothing, just pure planet with nothing political inside it. Here you can see the one from the Google Maps. You have all the countries, the names, and I'm gonna show you today how those things are not forever. They change with time, and it's inevitable. So now we have this map. I make a few videos I think on those one, but I'm gonna make a clear one right now. This shows the world civilization, which year came out, which land area they control, how much they control it, when they found it, when they destroy them, pretty much basic stuff. And you're gonna see in this video, nothing is forever, especially right now with those they say the Ukrainian war that's happening, and everybody say Ukraine is Ukraine, Soviet Union was Soviet Union, Russia is Russia. You're gonna see those borders never ever stay the same as everybody at least hopes so, because right now, look, you are used to it with this border, and everybody's gonna fight for a piece of land. They don't fight it because they just want a bit more land. They do it for resources. No, they're not even fighting for, let's say, the people, so the human resource. They don't have a fight even for that. They just care about controlling a part for the security, and also if in that land it happens to have all those rich resources, that's a very nice bonus too. So. And that's just one example. You're gonna see in this video how borders change, and in the past and even in the future 100%. Don't get fooled by those borders right now, and also not even by the names in geography. Look, I say here the Americans just changed the name of the Gulf of Mexico and Gulf of America. So even that is not, let's say, safe. You know, if you have a geography book, it's pretty much outdated. Doesn't matter which year it came out. So that's the point of this video. Nothing lasts forever. Not even the names. Not even the names of the ocean. Who knows? Maybe in the future somebody is gonna decide to change the name of the ocean, change the names of the mountains, of the desert. The borders definitely they don't remain the same. So like I said, nothing, absolutely nothing here is forever. Not even the, let's say, the capital of the Spain, for this example, it might not be the same in 200-300 years from now. So absolutely nothing is forever. That's why it's very interesting, and I like those type of videos. Now let's look at the world map right now. The year it's 4000 BC. As you can see here, the first civilization that we have here, they are Egyptian, Sumer, and I think I saw another one. Yeah, right here, the Yellow River civilization. So again, those data, they're not 100%, like I say, not even from those biggest anthropologists, the biggest historians. It doesn't matter. I think all of them, they cannot certainly say 100%. There might be another civilization that we not discovered. Let's say in South America that is pretty much older than all of those. We don't know exactly now. So that's why you should take everything you say here with a grain of salt. Let's see what's happening in the future. Now, the year, like I say, those civilizations change. You can see here, look at this. They just pop up on a few new one in South America, and you can see a map where they used to be and how they develop, especially in the future. And I think that's very interesting. Like I say, the purpose of this video is just shows it doesn't matter if there is a war somewhere, because of whatever reason, the borders always change, the names change, everything is change, even the people change. And one more thing I want to say, with this globalization, they say, I think especially the left ones say always, if you have everyone put together, there is no reason for the war. You have the economy, you have everything. Well, at the same time, the left say diversity is a strength. But the problem is which diversity, because if everybody is the same, if you go in any city right now, you're gonna, especially with the modern construction, everything looks the same. Everyone has a phone in their hands. Pretty much everyone has an account on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube. So you already have access to pretty much everything else that's in the world right in that moment. Pretty much you're gonna have almost the same opinion as a billion people or more. and where is the diversity in that, in my opinion? Just, I think with the time that goes, pretty much every single one of us just are pretty much the same. Like I said, we're living pretty much in the same system, the same I would say even the same culture, especially with the new generations, the same houses, architecture, the same food, we watch the same TV shows, the same movies, we listen the same music. So especially right now, maybe just a bit of diversity in those areas when the technology didn't arrive that strong, but in 100 years it's gonna be gonna struggle a lot to make a difference between countries, even with the language. And pretty soon it's gonna have just one language, and that's gonna be pretty much English. Everybody's gonna speak or at least understand it. So that's kind of the point here. Now let's go a bit closer to our era. You can see you can have Indus civilization here. The year is pretty much gonna see under the names of the civilization. And like I said, the civilization is not that, in my opinion, not that old. Let's say at the best you can have like 6, 7, 8,000 years, which is pretty much nothing, especially from the geological point, which it means nothing. Aegean civilization, you can see right here, one of those first in Europe, and one of the first, I think it was somewhere around here with the Minoan civilization in the south of Greece, today Greece. Very interesting. I saw they have a museum here in Heraclio, I think, or around Heraclio. They have a museum. I went there, and it was very interesting actually. If you find yourself there, it's worth checking out. I didn't think like I paid that much money. I think I paid like 10 euros or something like that, or maybe less than that. But that was a few years ago, so now the price changing, obviously, with those inflations, let's say. Now, fast forward, let's check when actually the map is gonna start. Fill it up. You're gonna see Egyptian, or let's zoom out a bit. The Egyptian pretty much stay there. Of course, the Europeans don't see much civilization happening there, especially from this map and from this history that we gather in one map. So you can see that even the European, there wasn't that very advanced, especially when you look outside the world and you see that the Chinese civilization was much older. The Indian one also, today from today India, it's much older. Even the Arabic Peninsula, always a lot of things happening here. Egypt, one of those oldest one, and even now today, like I said, nothing is forever. Even those civilizations that much older, you're supposed to say that those are the most advanced because they have the most civilization time, and that is not the case. It might be actually the opposite. Let's check now the future. We have here in the Turkish area right now, we have another civilization developing. In the South America, you can see some of them just disappear in this timeline. So they came, then they go. Like I say, nothing is forever. Doesn't matter what are you trying to say. You have the oldest civilization or not. If your civilization doesn't stood the test of time, well, there's not much into it, in my opinion. You can see here the Greek civilization started. Now there is a difference between the old Greece and new Greece. I'm gonna say that too, but that's a whole different subject. Now let's check. I want to go pretty much in the year 1000. That would be an interesting year to watch. You can see the map, the people moving. That's the thing here. The people, because civilization is pretty much people. You're gonna see them changing and moving around and disappear and appear in another locations and stuff like that. You're gonna see some weird one, and I didn't believe it either, but they are interesting to watch them. Now, one of the most important one, you're gonna have one right here. This is the rise of the Roman Republic, and you're gonna see where they started for such a small part. Let's go a bit back. Let's go even more. I don't think the map is gonna block. Okay, the map block a bit like this. Okay, so the map is not that great now. Look at this. Let's go. I think where is the smallest one they came from? They start from Rome here. I think is the smallest part of the Roman Republic. So you can see from that smaller area right there how much they actually managed to conquer. You're gonna see it. I think the peak of the Roman Empire was in the year 117. and you're gonna see how much they conquer, let's say. Look at this. So right now, today Italy is pretty much a Roman Republic, and you're gonna see here from Gaul the today France, and also in America right now the Columbus didn't discover it, but you have some Native American civilization happening there, at least with the data that we have so far. You're gonna see, look at this, how the world's changing, and the map changing, the culture also changing with that, the borders changing, the names are changing, and I'm gonna go to the peak of the Roman Empire. Let's see if we can make it 117, 617. Look at this. This is pretty much the peak of the Roman Empire. It's pretty much the only civilization, as you can see on this map at least, it's pretty much Rome. In entire Europe, you're not gonna see anything else, at least not that advanced, that's worth putting on this map. At least this is how they consider it. The Asian civilization, a lot of things happening here. Nothing in Australia, nothing in Africa except the Northern Africa. China is still doing great. Japan also doing great. In America again, especially the United States and Canada from today, nothing. And South America, not much happening here, at least according to this map again. That's something I wanna say it. Look at this. So in Europe it's pretty much, and even the Northern Africa right now is pretty much a Roman Empire. This is how big they were, and that's why you're gonna always see reference to them, because they were that much important. Now let's go fast forward again, and here in North America you're gonna see some of the civilization. This is how we evolve, like I say, it is just year 648, not that long ago. When you just look at those maps, yeah, okay, in a lifetime it's insanely huge time, but like, I always try to compare those with the geological time, with the creation of the planet, the universe, the solar system and stuff like that, and you see a huge difference between them, because 600 years ago or 1,000 years ago or 10,000 years ago is pretty much a few seconds ago. And with this map you're gonna see how much they change over the years, and how much they're gonna change even in the future. Look, I see the year it's 692, and we have Bulgaria, strangely enough, in pretty much in Russia. So there, I think that, like I said, there are some weird things happening here that it's interesting to watch. Let's go big zoom out to see it better. Now, after year 1000, you're gonna see even more changes, especially in Europe. Now we have the Swedish, now we have the Iceland. We start to make those more common countries that you see in today. We have here, like I say, the Native Americans. You have Hungary right now. You have East Francia, which is pretty much Germany and Belgium and Netherlands today. You have King of Denmark. England starts to get in shape, a lot of them. You're gonna see, especially right now, you're gonna see the Vikings era. I'm not sure, I think they discovered the America first, the Vikings, especially the northern part, the northeast of Canada. They discovered probably in 2008. The Vikings were there before the Columbus, but they didn't colonize, they just pretty much came and left, and that's why you're gonna see, that's why the Columbus still is the one who discovered America, because after him everything changes. Now let's see so America is still not discovered right now. I think they discovered it in 1492, if I remember correctly. But you can see that Europe right now, it's boiling hot. There, look at this, how many countries. Europe and Asia right now, they just, let's go backwards. Look at this, how much they change. And it's pretty much with every year something happened there. Now let's go big down. Yes, let's see it. So now we discovered America. We still don't have colonies right now, but we have the still the native empires. You have the Inca Empire in the south. So you can see the map is start filling up, and it's just pretty much 500 years ago. This is how they look. And now we have New Francia. We just change it a bit. Let's go upwards. You have the 13 colonies. So yeah, now we start to see a good colonization of the United States of today. So you can see how much the United States actually achieve in the last 2 to 500 years, from nothing to what it is today. So that's a pretty huge accomplishment. Russia start to get in shape. They get big as we know it today. America also starts to declare independence, and now we have United States. We start having the states that we know today. Also Australia got discovered and got colonized. Greenland, it's pretty much unchanged from what we see, and from the discovery to today, it's not that much change there. The one who got the biggest changes, especially now, like I say, I speak even in my videos, it's the old empires like Spanish Empire, Portuguese, Dutch, and especially the British Empire. They got hit, and the French also. They got hit so hard in the last few decades. They lost pretty much all the powers that they used to have back in the day. And I'm gonna go see. Look at this. This is pretty much before. This is World War One. Then we're gonna go to World War Two, and after that, go the Cold War, and now it's today. So I wanna check a bit in Europe. This is how the Europe looks today. Well, in 2008, so this part is now Russia, this part is under attack. We're gonna see some changes too. But let's go for the last few years, let's see how much they changed, and especially in the last few decades, how much they did not change, and how much they used to change. Look at this, it's still pretty much, look at it, this is the Soviet Union. Before that was just Russia, for unchanged for such a long, look at this, from 1722 to until the Bolshevik Revolution, I think they call the Communist Revolution, let's call it. In Russia, you can see not that much change, but then there are a period, look at this, and pretty much everything, every border is changing, new countries, all countries reappears. So it's nothing new, like I say, everybody is used to it right now to see just no changes. We have a border, we have independent country, but those don't remain independent, don't remain the same as the 10 years ago, as even as 20, 30 years ago. They always change, especially, like I say, now much less, especially in the last few decades, but they used to change it a lot. Look at this, you cannot even recognize from 1,000 years ago to what is happening today. So you're always gonna see change on the map, regardless what do you think. Yeah. And like I say, sometimes it's not that bad. You came in this world, you're gonna live for how long? 80 years, and just seeing the same thing over and over again. Now, pretty much you're gonna see some changes. Huh? It's not that bad, I would say. But depends on which side you are. Also, if you are on the winning side, it's gonna be better to be on the winning than on the losing side. So yeah, that changes too. So you can see here. Let's go a bit faster now, going forward. How much they change, and where and how fast. Look at this. The world never remained the same no matter what. And now we have a full map. Probably Greenland, they're gonna, I know the United States tries to acquire Greenland. Probably, if not this decade, probably the next one are gonna succeed that. Canada, we don't know how much they're gonna stay independent. Russia, it's huge country. If, let's say, when, not if, because the war, it's inevitable no matter what. When the World War III is happening and Russia is going to be involved, depends which side they are. They might lose parts of the country or not, or they might actually extend it. Who knows? They tried through Ukraine. Ukraine used to be a Soviet country. And as we can see here from the Russia, let's go back from, look at this, from 1721 until the Communist Revolution. Look how much Russia used to be. They used to have even the Finland. So you can see how much they, and then in the Soviet Union also, look at this, still huge. So it can go up, it can go down in length, depends on how things are going, but no borders stay the same. Also Antarctica pretty much right now is not uninhabitable, but that is gonna change 100% with time. America pretty much, it's hard to see America get split in two, like everybody is saying. The last few years, gonna be a south part like it used to be, like with the Confederate state and the Union state in the north. It's kind of hard to see that, but who knows. But Canada, definitely they have to go some changes. Greenland also. Russia, I think same. China, depends what's happening. India and Pakistan, they have those unresolved issue. Africa, 100%, if not from this century, gonna start to see changes in borders, because what European left doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Australia, God knows what's happening here, because there are a few people, not that many people for an entire continent. That probably is gonna change that too. New Zealand is pretty much too remote to get affected, I would say. And also here in the Arabic Peninsula, we're gonna see some changes, 100%. Now, like I say, this video is just to make a point that nothing is forever and maps always changing, and it's nice to visualize that, to see how it used to be than how it is today, so you can actually see civilization is not that old, and things are always in motion and changing. So it makes no sense even from today, especially in my opinion, to just say a country is gonna stay the same no matter what for the next 1,000 years. No, it's not. It's gonna change, and probably it's gonna change within your lifetime, which is something nice to experience, I would say that. But depends, like I say, depends on which part you are. If you're on the winning side, then you get all the benefits from that. It's always good. If you're on the losing side, you're not gonna like that very much. But it's interesting to see change no matter what. And like I say, I believe all atlas and all geography books are pretty much old from the day they are printed. Something's always changing. Yeah, if you like the video, check my other ones. Leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more. If you have a different opinion than mine, just have the comment section to comment there, and I'm gonna try to respond it to as many as I can. Until next time, check the other videos that I have, especially about population and technology, if you are a passion of that. Until then, see you next time.